Hey, great day, everyone, and welcome to our live newsletter. So, I come to you saying one happy Mental Health Awareness Month. My name is Dr. TK, licensed clinical psychologist and the #1 therapist business coach. So, today we have a lot to share from therapists who are winning in private practice to digital product creators to scaling their business and expanding their business into the community. And then we will also be sharing some epic interviews that have dropped on the podcast, more to come, and also some things that we have lined up in the month of May. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I am going to share my screen so that we can get this party started. And let me know in the comment box if you're watching on YouTube where you are tuning in from. Also, if you can do me the great favor of subscribing to the YouTube channel, I would greatly appreciate it. I come on here throughout the month and we do live streams. We upload our audio podcasts and sometimes video podcasts as well. And then we'll talk about what else is going to drop on YouTube in about 2 weeks. All right. So welcome to the May Abundant Cre8Her newsletter, but men are welcome. You feel me? I need to do a whole breakdown of where that name came from. But in essence, when you think about the word creator, it just to me means that you're in the world, you're living in alignment, and you are fulfilling your day with your passion. You're creating something, you're creating change, you're creating inspiration. You're creating an impact. And I feel like everybody is a creator in their own way. And so I am in the process of up-leveling my brand. I am pivoting the things that I am doing in my business. And I hope that you are always doing the same, meaning looking at your business and see how it's going. So let's go ahead and dive in. So our vision for our company's name is Branding for Abundance, but our vision in our therapist community is helping healers and therapists and creators design an abundant mindset, and then also a freedom lifestyle business and, lifestyle. And so we really focus on self-care. We focus on therapists taking vacations, not mental health days. Hello. And we also, of course, focus on education as it relates to mental health businesses, because these things were not imparted upon us in graduate school. So what this newsletter is going to include is we're going to cover therapists who win in private practice. We're going to talk about those who are in our digital product membership program, what they are doing over there. Then we're also going to talk about therapists who are expanding their business into different streams of income, more one-to-many, getting out there into the community and doing a variety of things beyond one-on-one therapy. And then I'm going to highlight some great things that are coming throughout the entire month. So you definitely want to stay for the whole thing. So I see here, we got a good amount of people here. We got, hey, Alondra. So we got some clients here. We got Alondra from Texas. We got Yvonne from Charlotte, Dr. Ashley from Texas. Okay, Texas in the house. We got Atuko from Georgia. And then we got Miss Candy. Hello from Atlanta, Georgia. Okay. So welcome, everybody. All right, so let's get into it. Let's highlight first our DTA. What's up, Susan? Let's highlight our DTA students. And so every Friday, we ask them, what are y'all doing in your business? And once a month, we ask all of our programs, what are you doing in your business? And we also hope that they would put it in our community groups as the month goes along, right? So we pull out certain wins, and then we will ask them for an updated headshot if we don't have one, because we want y'all to be popping on YouTube, because this is evergreen content, okay? And so meet Miss Adrien. Some of her wins include, and when we say wins, it's for the last 30 days. Okay. So if it's May, we're looking at from April of 2024. So she said, I had so many this week, y'all. So I'm gonna put some personality in this. And so she said, I ordered prizes, promotional items, and a prize wheel. That is awesome. For my table at a women's empowerment fair taking place next month. Therapists, if y'all ain't out there offering some type of psychoeducation, especially in May, we need to talk. Okay. She said, I'm happily on track to having all my materials ordered and elevator speeches prepared to attract new clients and networking opportunities at the event. So one of the big bonuses that we give in our academy is called the speakers kit. And you're going to see how that unfolds with a couple of the therapists in the program, because some of them realize that they have this big golden nugget sitting in the portal, but because it wasn't in their DTA main modules, sometimes we forget that we have access to stuff until we need to use it, right? So she said, I also got 3 new clients. She took a solo mini vacation. Listen, If it's 2 days, take it. Okay. And she also scheduled a podcast appearance. So y'all give it up in the chat box, put a 1 or give her some encouraging words because I'm sure she's going to watch this. If you are in the DTA program, go over there after we're done today and say congratulations. Write down these people's names and give them some kudos. If y'all are in accountability groups with some of these clinicians, give them their kudos because one, it is one thing to learn information. It is something else to go and implement it. And then it's on another level when you choose to share it. But why not share it? We're here to cheerlead you on, right? So congratulations, Adrien, for all those wins. And we cannot wait to hear all these things that are going to happen with these speaking engagements. Okay. Now meet Miss Connie. Miss Connie is an alumni of DTA. When she comes with that fire. And one thing I can admire about Connie is that she's never afraid to ask any question amongst her solo private practice. Okay. So she said, I am a Hudson Initiative certified facilitator, teacher, professional development workshop training. I'm guessing she do all that. Okay. But she said, I just started the second year's workshop for 21st century K through 12 teachers. After day 1, the curriculum coordinator recommended little me to one of her peers who needed someone to, and I will be facilitating their TPDs as well. What we teach in the academy is how to position yourself with your level of expertise so that when opportunities come up, either you can refer yourself or other people can get to know about your expertise, which means that you cannot be shy and you want to get out of your shell to let people know that you are the real deal. So she said, and this is a big flex because some therapists never get to this point of even delegation. So she said, and I have not 1, but 2. Not paid, but volunteer interns. She has been listening to our replays and our past coaching calls. So if you want to know more about that and you are in DTA, simply take this and say, hey, Dr. TK, in our next coaching call, how can I hire an intern? And I will break it all down for you off YouTube. Okay. So she hired 2 volunteer interns who have assisted this time and they helped out a whole bunch. And so what we're getting at is that there's no excuses as to why you cannot expand your business, expand your brand, and make a bigger impact by getting some help. Okay. So congrats to Connie. All right. All right. Now we have Dr. Latoya. She is also an alumni. And just remember that speaker's kit, y'all. So she said, I gained a paid speaking engagement from a local business. Huge, right? Created an account in Simple Practice, EHR, Google Workspace, and increase social media engagement by posting in stories. Connect with your people. She has refocused her thoughts toward doing it scared because we say getting it done is better than perfect. Because if you wait till you are perfect, you just gonna get paralyzed. And that may lead you to actually not doing anything. Okay. So she also said that I contributed a significant amount of money to my wealth fund. Come on, abundance. Okay. With hopes of taking time off soon. Let's speak that into existence. You will take off soon. Actually go to the calendar and plug it in. Okay. I completed the Know Your Worth and Speakers Kit, and which it was pretty informative toward how I should approach the speaking engagement. So let me tell y'all how this works. When they bring certain questions to a DTA call, because our DTA students right now have alumni access where they could have graduated a year ago and come back because they're like, times is different. I need a refresher. And she had put the question on the call. And I know her name. You know, I'm very familiar with the students who speak up. So I'm like, have you seen the speaker's kit? Because I know I gave it to you. And so she was like, I think I have it. I'm like, oh, you have it. And I said, let's just say this. All of your questions can be answered in a beautiful 90-minute workshop. And we will also give you a speaker's kit template and show you how to create your own speaker's template so you can brand yourself, market yourself, and be able to ask the place that's having you come in to do a speaking engagement. You want to set yourself up for success to ask them questions, not just them send you questions. And so that happened. So congratulations, Dr. Latoya. Give her props as well. I am loving all of these wins, y'all. I like to be surprised too. So my team pull a lot of wins and then I read them like right before we go live, like, this is so good, right? So now let's move on to therapists who scale. Therapists who scale. So are you a therapist where you want to tease and you want to go out there into the community? You may want to run some groups. You want to do some workshops. You may want to open up a group practice. Okay. So meet Felicia. She is a student in our DTA Platinum program, also known as subtitled Therapists Who Are Scaling. And these were some of her wins. So March 18th was my return from maternity leave. She made it happen. That's all I'm gonna say. With the assistance of me, I created and submitted a proposal for a nonprofit seeking group services. Yes, we do help them create. I mean, they have to do the work, of course, and they have to jot out their ideas. And then I'll say, have you considered this? Won't you consider this? And then they can send me the formatting of the proposal. You know, it may be like 4 to 6 pages or something like that, beautified on Canvas sometimes. And then I will give them feedback. So they get like that one-on-one access. Okay. She also launched clinical supervision services and landed a contract with a community agency providing clinical supervision. So congratulations. And then also she invested in creating systems in her business. The less stressful the daily management of her company will be. So basically she is starting, well, not starting because she's already known this, but it's a difference again between learning something at a certain level in your business. And then of course you have to go at the pace of your products and services. And over time, there may be something that I may say today that may not be applicable for you until December. So now you can go back if you're in a course with me or a coaching program, and you can go back and say, I'm going to review that. I forgot I had access to that. Or I forgot she said that on the podcast. And so congratulations, Felicia. I will see you on Thursday in our May call. And those calls, y'all, for the therapists that are scaling, the calls are structured differently. So for those in DTA is more focused on information, implementation, and of course you can ask your questions, right? When we get to the scaling of your business, what I have noticed is that it is way more intimate in terms of the conversations that we have had as it relates to what may be impacting our business growth outside of the business office. So it doesn't mean they come in there and they share all of their things that they have going on behind closed doors. But what I will say is that we have created such a safe space that some of them have shared what is going on. And for us to be able to pour back into them, then for them to feel uplifted, to then have a desire to then implement to another level in their business is a whole nother ballgame. But these clinicians have the expectation that they have had their private practice already streaming. People who come into that program, and I'm going to go over it at the end today to tell you what's coming down the pipeline in May, but those students already have to have a private practice earning cash consistently, because when we start talking about other types of launches and systems, we're not going back to no private practice in terms of like teaching. Okay. So meet Laquisha. She's also in our DTA Platinum program focused on therapists who scale. And she also has some significant wins. And I talked to them a lot via Voxer. Okay. So she said, slowing down even more to hyper focus on building systems to operate the business efficiently. Sometimes we got to slow down to speed up, y'all. Working on 2 speaking engagements, 1 online and 1 in person. Reviewed finances and eliminated directories that were not driving clients that convert. Know your numbers, know your metrics. Don't just be paying for stuff like it's Netflix and then you never turn on the TV. She took a week off work for self-care. This is huge. Okay. Instead of trying to push through. I know sometimes we like, oh, we got to walk it off. We gonna pray. I mean, I think that your higher power will tell you that if you're not well rested, and your mind is not right, it doesn't matter who you want to serve because you're not going to show up as your best self anyway. Okay. So she said, I went to my son's honor roll ceremony. That always makes me light up when they do things for themselves and their family and friends and have fun, enjoy life, that they told us about the day before. So this also speaks to flexibility. Okay. She said, without having to ask for time off. Flex. She closed out 6 client cases for graduation. She had 4 people scheduled for a consult for mental health services. She said she really wanted to fill the spots so that she can keep the cash flow, but still turned away 2 people. Please listen to this, that were not a good fit. Learn how to say no so that when the right opportunity comes along, you have room for it. She provided them with referrals. DTA students, that's called your resource page that we talked about in one of the coaching calls. It's in your Q&A portal. Okay. She also says she onboarded 1 and she's meeting with someone tomorrow for a consult to see if they would mesh well. I'm guessing she's meeting with a team member, but she may be meeting a client. I'm not sure. That's not clarified there. But bottom line is, give it up for Laquisha. We're talking about time off. We're talking about being there for our children. We're talking about, if I don't feel like working today, I'm not working. And that like y'all saw my face. Like that's how I feel like some of the therapists feel. So take the day off. You know what I'm saying? Like, go to bed. You know what I'm saying? So come on, Laquisha. All right. So now we have some epic things coming down the pipeline. Okay. So, number one is that I rebranded my podcast. So, it's called The Abundant Create Her because your girl is creating stuff all the time. And I work in terms of infinity, the number 8, believing in my higher power, that I am walking in alignment and doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So this month, we have dropped some very good episodes for the month of April. So we have dropped the episode of we've dropped the whole series that used to be behind a wall, but now you can get it on YouTube, the audio version, and on the podcast. So we dropped what's called Highly Qualified, and I have nothing but positive reviews in my DM. It is crazy with how much I decided to start sharing more of my personal story. And it is definitely paying off with people waking up to pay attention about how they're highly qualified as well in their own way. So we dropped how you can become highly qualified. Who were you before your title existed? Because some of us be trying to tap out of who we actually are behind the title. Okay. We also talked about how you can embrace the next version of yourself today. How can you manifest big even when the shit hit the fan and stuff start falling apart? And then we also talked about how to take advantage of being a token, specifically me being a Black woman from Compton. It wasn't easy and it's still not. So we're just going to leave that there. But maybe I'll do a cultural competency training for others. Okay. So that is some of the podcasts. Now, drum rolls. These are all the announcements. So you better get your pen and paper out or just mark it at the 18-minute mark so that you can go back and review this. We got a lot going on in May. May and July are typically the biggest months of pour into our community months. Clearly, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. July is my celebration for anniversary of my private practice. And I do a lot of education around private practice. So for private practice, it has been a while since we have done a boot camp at this magnitude. And we are bringing in some fresh information. I mean, if we could just like keep it a buck with y'all, let's just like move away from the pretty marketing words. Therapists are having a hard time right now not being broke. Would y'all agree? Put a 1 in the comment box. I'm not asking us to embrace the brokenness. I'm not even saying for you to say those words over and over again so that your subconscious mind hears it. But at the end of the day, we are living in a time where some of the clients that we choose to see, they're having a hard time financially. We also are living in a time where mental health is important, but it ain't the first option for a lot of our clientele because they got other things they got to worry about. So what that means is that some people don't have insurance anymore because they ain't at their job. They wanted to become an entrepreneur during the pandemic. And now the cash ain't streaming even for your clients, for them to get insurance for those of you on panels. Then, am I speaking to somebody right now? Talk to me in the chat box. Okay. So then you want to see cash paying clients. And believe me, there are cash paying clients out there. There are cash paying opportunities out there. But what our team has noticed over the last 2 years since the burnout season after 2020 little sprint is that we have recognized that therapists will say, I want the 5K, 10K plus months. But one of the things we did is we surveyed our clientele in the academy and we said, what was the biggest thing that actually made you join DTA? And we listed out all the modules, the things in the boot camp. And they said, to keep it real, somebody actually suggested it and then hella people voted on it. This was about 3 months ago. They said, to be honest, it was your realness and transparency about sharing with us what it actually takes to build a practice. But let's be real. A lot of people thought they knew what it took. And they were searching for the templates, the course. Well, what's the point of searching for a course in the template if you ain't going to do it? Well, why aren't you doing it? Because you're battling your other demons, such as imposter syndrome. You're battling believing that you can actually make money. You're battling even being committed to being a damn entrepreneur. So we are going to dumb this stuff. I'm going to speak like my teenagers I served in private practice. We about to dumb this stuff all the way down. And when I say dumb down, it's not calling anyone dumb. What I'm saying is we're going to remove all the beautified marketing words, even though we're about to glow you up. And we are going to talk about what it really feels like if you continue on this journey to brokenness, if you continue on this journey of living check to check, if you continue to live on this journey as though your business don't need a back office. So we are going to be releasing something new in addition to DTA. So if you came to a previous boot camp and you were like, I'm going through financial hardship, because we ain't had nobody say DTA ain't worth it. Let's be clear. But what we have heard more of is, I wish I can get into it 2 months from now. Oh man, like they actually are telling us in the email when we say, why didn't you sign up for DTA? You were very active in the boot camp. So I am going to release something for 3 different tiers of therapists in May. One of them is clearly DTA. The other one I'm going to introduce in a second one. The other one, you're going to have to wait until the boot camp because I ain't saying nothing. But nevertheless, the boot camp is on May 20th. Okay, we are doing actually a 5-day boot camp, but let me break this down. Day 1, 2, and 3 will be on the core information. We will have a Facebook group with activities and a challenge, as usual, fun, right? Our goal is to get you many transformations every single day. You're going to walk away with something every single day, okay? On day 4, we're going to talk about how can you take this information, where are you at to apply it in your future or current business. So that's when we will talk about the things we got going on to help out private practice, current or future owners. Okay. And then the 5th day, we're going to bring in one of our money operations people to talk to y'all about what she's been seeing with therapists in terms of their cash flow not flowing. So it's going to be a little bit different than what she does in the DTA program in terms of talking to you about cash flow or finances. But what this person is going to talk to you all about is really the trends that we've been seeing with the lack of cash and the mindset that she may be picking up on amongst all the clients that she's worked with. Okay. So mark the date, go to the link in the show notes because we will be streaming this boot camp, but the only way you're going to be able to get the extra stuff and the challenge and the post boot camp activities is if you officially get on the list. So when you're done with this video, check either the link in the bio on Instagram or go and check the link on the bottom of this video. Okay. So private practice, game on for the whole month of May. Okay. So next, if you are a therapist, whether you are in DTA or not, please listen because this email already went out and we're going to send more, but it's wrapping up at the end of May. If you are ready to expand into a group practice, or you want to be like a Felicia, a Laquisha, you want to focus on one-to-many in your solo private practice level of expertise. You don't want to go into digital products. You really just want to take your one-on-one services. Actually, put a 1 in the comment box if this is something that you're interested in. Do you want to take your one-on-one and move it into one-to-many, but not in a foreign arena like digital products? Okay. So you want to join the DTA Plat notification list. The list is in the link in my bio. We will make sure to link it up in the show notes if it is not there, but you want to get on the wait list. And this is why. The wait list is going to give you access to 2 videos. The 2 videos are going to go through if you're actually ready to actually learn how to start scaling and leveraging your time. It is way more than who is your ideal client. Let's build out some SOPs for yourself. We're talking about you going out and working with one-to-many. So I'm going to give you a sneak peek, but please make sure that you go through the 2 videos. It is in total about 1 hour and 15 minutes for both videos. You can watch day 1 and day 2 on 2 separate days, but this program is currently open after you watch the videos and you get an understanding of what you're signing up for. This is a 12-month commitment. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like when you get access to the videos. It'll be emailed to you and there will be some follow-up emails for about 5 days to make sure that you know where to find a video. Okay, so this is what's going to be inside the Scale program. For our DTA students, this is a whole nother program. This program has been open for 2.5 years. It has only opened up 3 times in 2.5 years. So when I say that it will be open and closed, it will not be just open whenever you're ready. Okay. But there are certain criteria that we're going to use the honor system for you to vet yourself on. Okay. So it is a 12-month commitment. We see the value in our intimate community staying together for a long period of time virtually. You ain't got to worry about meeting me in a live event because we know that has become an issue. So no excuses. Okay. We have monthly mentorship calls. We have an online community. You get an online portal that is a playground, meaning if you show up and tell us what you're working on, we will tell you where to go in the portal. You get Voxer every 30 days. You get a new ask. Your new ask has to be on mental health expansion, nothing else. Okay. You also get, like I said, access to mentorship from myself. So clearly we do hot seating like a mastermind virtually online. And then you also get me via Voxer one-on-one. Okay. So this is a sneak peek to the vault, and you'll see this in one of the videos. Okay. But your scores in some of those questions in the videos will tell you if you're ready, just letting you know. So the vault access, this is the playground. We will talk about what is your vision plan for your business as it relates to scalability. What are some things you want to consider? Then we're going to do an overview because some DTA students probably already got this from like a CE workshop that I've done, but we're going to reintroduce a product suite because now it probably makes more sense. We're also going to dive heavy in the portal, of course, and then you bring your questions to me in terms of leadership mastery vaults. So we're going to go from not just how do you hire a VA, but we're talking about hiring interns on a higher level. How do you hire therapists for a group practice? We don't cover that in DTA. Okay. We're also going to give you access to group practice vault, where you're going to get some resources and some additional SOPs beyond what we give you in DTA. You will also automatically get the email marketing vault. You will also get mental health community expansion. Now, that is one of the areas that will be built over the course of your program, because I like to curate that type of content based on what you're doing in the community, if that makes sense. We have had a good amount of students this year that mental health expansion looked drastically different. So I will only share what I think will be applicable for the entire group. But if, for example, you're a DTA student, I'm first going to ask you to go over to that speaker's kit and then pull that information over here. And then we're going to talk about how you can go in Canva, for example, and create a pitch to a program. And then I will give you those kind of templates. Okay. All right. So lastly, I don't know if this is lastly, but one thing that we did launch for the month of May, and this was also a no-brainer. P.S. This was $1,100. Okay. So for the month of May, I offered a limited amount of spots for what's called Most Valuable Provider MVP strategy sessions. Strategy sessions include, you got to choose one. Do you want to get me for 30 minutes, a total of 45 though, because it's a recap. Do you want to get me one-on-one for 30 minutes? And we focus on one big question in your solo practice, in your group practice, with your ebook or simple digital product, not building a coaching program. Okay. And this is what it includes. You will get a 30-minute Zoom session with me, but it will be a total of 45 minutes because the last 15 minutes, we're going to do a recap. I'm going to give you your action plan. I'm going to make sure that all your questions were answered pertaining to your one big ask. And then I'm going to upload your replay to your own podcast feed. Yes, you will get your own podcast feed that you have access to for 6 months. Okay. So you will get exclusive access to replay, like I said, on your own personal podcast feed in video and in audio formats. And then you will get actionable takeaways in your podcast feed. So think about it as me telling you what to do post our call, and you'll have it on your phone. That is so dope. I'm fired up. I use my technology so that y'all can have y'all stuff on the go. Now, the crazy part is me and my team brought this down like 70%. So if you were like last year post-conference, I want to have you one-on-one. I want to be in the mastermind. I want one-on-one. I hear that all the time. I want one-on-one. I want one-on-one. I want one-on-one. But when I offer one-on-one, the question is, do you take it? Once the spots are gone, or once May, I think it's the week before May 31st happens, it's over. Because we give you a 7-day window to select your time. You can't select a time before 7 days out because we need time to prepare by looking at your question. Okay. So again, we'll make sure the link is in the video, but it's also in the link on Instagram. And it's also been emailed out to y'all. I put it in my stories on Instagram. So I don't know what y'all waiting on, but I will tell you this. When I posted it yesterday, it was only 3 more days, and 3 more days don't mean 10 more spots. Okay. Now, anybody going to DC? So I was finally able to announce that I am going to be back at Can We Talk, and I will be on one of the panels. Just to give y'all some context, I was part of the advisory board, and we were also part of the first group of clinicians, me and a couple of other therapists across the United States, that helped the nonprofit facilitate like what kind of topics we want to be covered and things like that, y'all, in 2019. Now, during that time, I was able to talk about the reentry population, kids going to jail, coming home with no mental health services. I was sitting on a panel, y'all, with Baltimore judges, mayors. It was lit. And your girl stood out, speaker's kit. But nevertheless, it was a very fun and enlightening experience. And if you know anything about me, I will make the room come alive. So I did something that made people stand up to feel the pain of these kids coming out of jail with no mental health resources. So make sure that you check out at the Boris L. Henson Foundation. They have an Instagram page. I posted it on my Instagram. Check out the page. If you're in the DMV area or you can get over there in the next 3 weeks, grab your ticket. Now, please note, Instagram sometimes, people be looking different. But if you see me, please come up to me. If you're one of my clients, you better not walk past me and don't say nothing, right? Especially if I don't know you, because sometimes the thumbnails just be like little. And sometimes y'all don't post pictures. And so I have no idea sometimes when I see people in real life, because we look different. But hell, y'all know what I look like. So I'm just letting you know, if you see me, come up to me. Okay, take a picture of something while I'm talking. But I am happy to announce that I will be in DC and I will be out there for the conference on the 30th and 31st. And so really excited about that. Again, it's been 4 years since I have actually seen a lot of the people that we met and did business with and collaborated with in 2019. Of course, we see each other online, but it is different. Okay. Now, I think this is the last thing. Mental Health Awareness Month. We have guest speakers. So just like I'm going live today, I will be going live tomorrow at 9:30. And then tomorrow I'm going to be interviewing a holistic self-care guru in the mental health space, specifically for mental health providers and healers. Her name is Lanaya. I'm going to be interviewing her tomorrow at 9:30 Pacific Standard Time. So make sure that you set your clocks. It's already on YouTube. So just click remind me. And then next week, we're going to be bringing on Shayla and Melissa. They are our DTA support coaches. They're going to give you some updates about things that are happening in their business so that you can see what's possible. That's also why I have them come on and talk about their businesses. So we're pulling people that do different stuff. So we're going to have them each do like a 5-minute blurb about what's happening in their business, their journey. And then we're going to have a very, very raw conversation about what they're seeing within our clients that are growing their private practice so that they can speak some life into also therapists who want to grow their private practice or open their private practice, but there are some things getting in the way. Okay. So that's going to be a very enriching conversation because they have a different perspective, even than me, because they host calls when I'm not there. Okay. Then we're going to have a week off for the boot camp because we're going to be streaming live for the boot camp. And then at the end of the month, we're going to interview Lamone. And one of the reasons why we selected her is that she joined DTA a while ago, like years ago. But to be able to see somebody unfold their business like no other. I love to track y'all like a longitudinal study. This is why those abundance accountability reports are so important, because you have no idea what metrics we're looking at. And y'all may be wondering why I get so excited when these students share with us their wins. I have a very, very good memory. And it's more like an episodic memory, like life experiences. And so when y'all speak up, I remember. And so it's cool to see these clinicians come back, and they also, for her, she's in our PLAT program, our scale program. So she will be able to share with you hands down. But by the time she come on live, you only got 2 more days to join, just letting you know. But she will be able to share her personal experience of being able to go through ups and downs of entrepreneurship from grow to scale. And she's doing some phenomenal things in the community. Y'all see me talk about her on the newsletter. So we're going to bring it to life on the 29th. Okay. So if y'all want to be part of the newsletter, you got to be part of our therapist business programs. And more importantly, you got to tell us what you are doing in your business. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how did y'all like, even on Instagram, how did y'all like the abundant creator newsletter this month on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 is we brought that fire. These clinicians are lit. You like, I need to meet them. Even if you already in the program, you like, where's this person at? And please note, sometimes people are submitting wins and they may not come to a call. They may be watching replays. But all we're focused on is, are they executing in their business? And that's the most important, because our goal, especially in May, but throughout the whole year, is to make impact, make impact, make impact. So just to recap, the month of May, in terms of helping you with your business, we are having live stream on Wednesdays, except for the week of the boot camp. We are doing a 5-day boot camp that will lead into DTA plus another bonus surprise that I will release on the boot camp. Then right now, if you are contemplating, I really want to do one to many, but as a provider, then I would urge you to go and just get on the wait list, check your email, and your email will say, here's the 2 videos. And then there will be follow-up emails to make sure that you're watching the videos. And if you be honest with yourself, if you go through those videos, and let's just say you never did DTA, and you like, this is a lot. I ain't got none of this in play. I ain't even ready. Then you may want to come to our boot camp. If you've never done DTA, sign up for both. Okay. Because after we have launched DTA, you will still have time to make a decision. Some of you will come to our bootcamp and realize you're in a good space. And then you will be able to finally get into this scale program, because it is only open at this point twice a year. And we right now can't guarantee you anything more than that. Okay. So I'm happy that you all joined us live. For those of you who watched the replay, congratulations. Again, big props to all of you who are out there making an impact. And I will see some of you tomorrow when we stream live and talk about the holistic self-care of what therapists should be focusing on, especially as they are building a business and living an abundant lifestyle. All right, y'all. Y'all have a great rest of your week. Bye.